Okay, so
Yeah.
I was asked what my general approach to modern dating is. And I came up with this general infrastructure. It's generally how it goes, right? So obviously, the modern woman is generally a narcissist, generally. Like, they're generally addicted to energy, attention. And so the first step is to ignore and gaslight this woman, right? So you ignore her because it shows your high value. And you gaslight her by kind of alternating between the alpha she wants and the beta feminism tells her she wants, right? So you've got to be a badass, but also emotional and kind of vulnerable. But also ignore this woman, or she will lose interest.
I would block you. Wow.
In other words, show desperation and then complete mystery.
You would get blocked in 24 hours.
It's kind of called being a coquette. It's a bunch of things. But generally, if you fail at stimulating the modern woman's limited attention span, you lose. So you have to kind of flip between the alpha, the beta. Because they all want the top guy, but they want that top guy to need them. That's beta shit. So you know, if I was a 6'3" athlete with a 6-footer job, why the fuck would I want you? Like, are you that special? You're not, but I have to convince you are, right?
Why do you have to convince us that we are?
Because pussy has infinite value, right? You don't chase, I chase you because you're a queen. You know that. Anyway, so alpha, beta, you gaslight, right? You have to do at least these two and flip between the alpha and beta. Step 2, you get the contact details, right? So the female has been properly stimulated. You're like, let's get your number, Instagram, you talk to you, whatever. You have to keep this up there. Step 1 never goes away, constantly.
It's the foundation.
You got to do that when you're married. You've got to go to your freaking coffin doing that, right? Am I going to die? Who knows? That's sexy. Watch any movie. The guy is like, I might pass away any time now. He's leaving notes and shit. This dude just doesn't want to die. He's just fucking gaslighting her, right? So step 2, you get the contacts and you emotionally babysit. So because of limited attention span,
1 to 3 weeks.
1 to 3 weeks.
she has these needs, right? So by emotionally babysit, I mean you've got to kind of help her grow emotionally. She's probably been hurt by some loser, and you're going to be one of those guys. But for now, you got to kind of sort out all trauma, unpack all that stuff, ask all these cheesy questions no one really cares about. What was your last relationship like? Do you value love? What kind of girl are you? What kind of guys? She doesn't care what you like, innit? So a lot of you guys in this stage fuck up because you're telling her stuff about you. She doesn't care. I've never heard a woman be like, I met this guy and he's really interested in architecture. She doesn't care, bro. She doesn't care. All she heard was your job title and she saw how you looked and your general physique, your attention.
And how much
That's
money
it,
you
boy.
make.
That's it.
Listen, bro.
What
So
car you drive.
exactly. So
What
you
else you
emotionally
got?
babysit. This period takes 1 to 3 weeks because obviously, you can't answer too frequently. You've got to give her time. The gaslighting and the ignoring is important. Got to make her feel like you might ignore the text. Never reach too far, make statements, don't ask questions or too many questions. And if you do ask a question, make sure it's something she obviously wants to talk about, like how sexy she is, her value in a long-term relationship, all that kind of shit that actually doesn't mean anything, but she probably tells herself that every night. So you do that. 1 to 3 weeks has passed. Now you're going for the kill, right? Invite her on. Maximum 3 dates. This is my rule. You guys, you simps can do 100 if you want, but I do 3 dates. Date 1, cold close, because you're still gaslighting this bitch, right? How could you let her know you kind of want to shag her? Don't let her know that. Don't give her that power. She's going to get gassed. So you gaslight her. You're still kind of flipping between alpha, beta. Second day, you got to close because, we all got jobs and stuff. We got stuff to do, right? So we try and close. If that fails, you go back to step 1 and repeat. If that succeeds, you got this bitch, right? So now what you do is it lasts for about 4 weeks, now you're kind of just, texting and hooking up generally. But you've got to tease a long-term relationship at some point because, she's going to convince herself. If you've made it this far, she probably could see herself with you, right? But obviously, I'm just here to shag. So I'm just trying to, I'm trying to keep it going as long as possible. So it lasts about 4 weeks and then she's kind of... I've noticed this kind of links up with the menstrual cycle. The next menstrual cycle, she's going to be like, do I need this guy?
Man thought of everything.
Generally. So
After
about a month, things are going to get shaky. You tease a long-term relationship. What do you want? I'm not sure yet. I know what I fucking want. I want a shag, dude. I wanted a shag this whole time.
Yep.
In a month, I'm going to want a shag. It doesn't change. But you tease that.
Yep.
Yeah? And you don't have to do it too hard. Don't try too hard. Just say less. Less is more, right? Because then she'll just, she'll figure it out herself. She'll think what she wants to think. And then you repeat. But generally, everyone has a shelf life. She normally the smarter ones tend to kind of fade away quicker. But some of the smart ones last longer. Those are the best. But step 4 is you ghost. So when you end a relationship with the modern woman, because they're narcissists, you really don't want to give her any ammunition because she will bitch about you to everyone. So what you've got to do is you just go cold turkey. You just stop. If you explain, what she will tell people is the things you just told her explain, which is going to be bullshit because we all just want to fuck. So she's going to tell other people that, and then there's going to be rumors and there's going to be all this energy. I don't want to give you that ammunition. So I'll just ghost you. Yeah, I'll just why explain anything? Is she going to listen to you and nod? Like, I get that. I wouldn't be with me either. She's not. So what's the point? Is she going to take your critique? Absolutely not. She's probably a modern woman. She probably thinks she can do it too. She's probably going to tell you that like you were abusive or manipulative or some kind of gaslight, which you kind of were gaslighting, but listen, we have to do it. It's modern times. So that's generally the infrastructure. It's a lot more complicated than this.
Class, any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah, I have one too.
I have a question. First date, right? Do you take her somewhere fancy or do you keep it cheap?
That's a good one.
Listen, this is a system, right? And every system has limitations. In this case, it's time, which is obviously everyone's limitation, but there's also money, B.
Facts.
I'm doing this to 4 or 5 bitches at the same time, G. Do you think I'm made of money?
That's what I'm saying.
You think I'm going to take you out to top restaurants?
Thank you.
With no guaranteed sex? Are you dumb? Are you stupid?
My guy.
You think you're that special? Fuck no.
So you'd agree that if you spend these resources and time and energy, that she should be giving you 6 at the
Do you
end,
know
right?
what?
I mean, nothing is guaranteed.
Right.
Nothing is guaranteed in life, which is why
But
we
do you
go...
believe she should? But do you believe she should?
Listen, it doesn't matter what I believe. I live by reality. So this is basically...
You're like, listen, I'm doing 5, so at least one may fall through.
Why not give it up?
It's kind of like job applications, right?
Fire them out.
Do you make one job application and get all hyped up in your little chair?
Courting is essential.
You make 10 job applications, you get 3 interviews, and then maybe you get 1 job offer. That's fine. But the key thing is the key limitation of this is money and time. And so the time restriction is seen here, right? 3 days. That's my general rule. Because I've got a good job. I've got all this stuff going, other bitches, stuff like that. And the other key limitation is money. So, I push it like trading, innit? You don't want to invest more than you're willing to lose.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to lose more than £25 on anyone, right?
Wow.
Listen, you get the first drink. I get the first drink. It's like, I'm being a gentleman. If you don't get this second drink, you're not getting anything else, right? This has to alternate. I will give it to you though. I won't even leave. I'll just be like, you get in the next round. And if she doesn't, I'll be like, this bitch. I won't even keep her for 4 weeks if I shaggle. They'll probably be 2 weeks, right? So yeah, that's the main limitation.
Any other questions, class?
Can I ask a question? What type of women do you attract with this? What type of women do you manage to trap in this cycle?
Actually, I wouldn't say trap. I think they come of their own accord. But generally, my main demographics are early 20s, university student, highly intelligent. Intelligence is my key factor. I can't do dumb girls.
So in other words,
What
not
are the
40-year-old
ages?
women with 12 kids.
No, dumb women are too chaotic for me, and it doesn't fit my lifestyle, right? So we don't do any dumb hoes up in here. Yeah. So they all got to kind of know, what color the sky is, that kind of thing. Right? So early 20s, and they're university graduates. They've gone to good unis, and they just want to mess around. And she knows what she wants. I don't have time to waste. So if you're kind of just figuring it out, you can do that on someone else's time. I got stuff to do. The other demographic is mid-30s, and they've kind of been around. Maybe has some shit relationships. They almost got married, whatever. And now they're just chilling. These they're easier to maintain as well because they're 30, they know how to manage themselves. Young girls want a lot of your time and attention. The older women are my favorite because at this current time they're just as attractive as 22-year-olds, but they're more like independent. They can manage themselves, less stressful. They'll even take you out.
Did I have kids?
Facts.
No, I don't do anyone with kids.
Oh yeah, just
That's whack.
Yeah. Second that. Yeah.
So yeah, generally it's those two. Occasionally I will trap a mid-20s girl in her peak.
I thought it wasn't trap.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't trap.
Well,
Also,
I say trap,
It's
but obviously it's because I know it's not what's best for her, and I avoid doing that. I like to mess with women who we can have fun and it doesn't have any detriment on our long-term relationship prospects.
You're considerate.
I am. I limit myself a lot.
A little bit.
Just saying, like,
I could do damage out here, but I try and I treat every woman like that's someone's potential wife, innit? So I wouldn't do anything with them that like would make any other guy. I have a good reputation, but that's because I work very hard.
Well done.
But this creates trauma, right? I'm just gonna say, like, the younger
doesn't
ones,
care.
that it does create
He
trauma.
does
It's
not
have a cycle of
No.
psychological
another
issues and
question.
mental.
Being a modern woman creates trauma. You already
another
have trauma.
question.
That's why you you like this stage.
No, but relationship
I
trauma,
have
when it
another
starts in the
question.
get-go, a woman gets hurt by a man gets hurt by a woman. Next thing you know, everyone's just out here just trying to be savage mode.
Okay.
Like,
The world
let's think
doesn't
about
know
that.
you
Let's think about that part,
Okay,
yeah?
I'll think about it, and here's my output, right?
Go on.
No one hurt you. I ghosted you. No one did shit. You see? There's
Yeah, but she might have fell in
fallout.
love.
That's her business, B.
That was you. You charmed her. Come on.
charmed her, yeah, 'cause I'm a
take some
charming guy,
credit.
innit?
Exactly. We got to take some credit for that, though.
Yeah, but
Let's take some credit.
Your feelings belong to you. I can't affect how you feel. Just because I'm awesome, now I
Yeah,
have to
but
feel
she didn't
bad.
know your agenda. She didn't know your agenda.
Just because I'm awesome, I have to now take advantage. Look, dude, I'm just a dope
listen.
person. Like, you can fall in love, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Listen,
so tell her.
you got 4-week cycles, right? That's how it is.
Have you been in love?